Thank you. So we see a double top here, and what is also an important signal, what we can see here, is a difference between the volume level of the VVV, and that's what I was looking for as well. And I would say there is also kind of like a divergence in the destroyer between the two tops. Then the 5 minutes was 15 minutes. No, it was also on 5 minutes when the price was hitting the spot, actually. But it was here. Yes, this was also a divergence in the volume on the destroyer. And you can see also on the REMA the structural divergence inside. So this was the idea. And second part, of course, on 15 minutes, there was not a significant signal behalf of the 61 on the fib, but on 1 hour. And we see some kind of signals all the time, and those are repeating. And when the price shoot up, but there was a positive news for the NFP, and there was something forming in the market. We were under the zero line. So what I was looking for is actually this divergence as well. So you see the price shoot up, but it didn't follow. Like there is something about to happen. And 1 hour, it was nothing. And then we tested back the previous high, which is here. And you see the things what I just said, start of the meeting, and here was my entry. Okay. Second top was my entry. Okay. So yeah, this was the trade on the Euro USD, and also I didn't had much trades last week, actually. But this was one what I was waiting for, and I was also on a Zoom with one of my students, and I told her exactly the same thing what she should expect from the market. And yeah, she was reacting on it as well. So yeah, she kind of like made a good profit on it. So this was a beautiful signal. Okay. And yeah, that's the thing, when the market setting up in a way like you recognize from the past, or just see the whole picture together. Everything is on the side, like the divergences, the structural divergences, the previous high didn't broke, like those things all matter in the market. Okay, so should see it as a confirmation together. Okay, let's see what we have on. As you remember, what I was expecting from the market last week, I said the market should correcting, and then for the NFP, we should see a stronger dollar. And it didn't happen directly. Like there was a push before that, but it happened as expected, actually. And this is also something from the bigger picture, what we are looking for monthly, weekly, daily. You see that there is something forming on the smaller time frame, but don't directly react to it. And when it's set up and it happens, only thing you have to do is to react on the market. And right now, we have no divergence. There will be a convergence, but this is a good sign. From the other side, if it goes up now, this will be still something like a divergence. But here comes the but. There is the bigger picture. We just broke the zero line. Here is also a divergence possibility, but everything turned in green. Okay, and let's see, the one of the bigger pictures is the monthly, and the month is just started actually, and as you see, we are above the zero line. We got the buy signal, and here we could see a bounce from the market, and this is kind of like a bull flag which is about to break. So you know how the bull flag looks like. I think everyone knows. Here, this is the bull flag. Okay, the bull flag broke it out. There could be a correction, but right now I would not expect a correction. Let's see what the price does at the previous high. And so go on. This is on monthly base. It will take time, but the same perspective we got on smaller time frames as well. Okay, that's what we are looking for. So I would definitely expect to break this out actually. Then the AUD-NZD. Okay, the AUD-NZD is still between the zone, like it bouncing back, it bouncing up, it goes back, it goes up. Nothing's gonna happen until this is not broken. So I should follow this script actually, and almost happened the same thing. It went up, and by end of the week it went back. Okay, and on monthly this looks bullish actually on Australian NZD, because we are above the zero line, but with small volume we have a buy signal, and the RAMA is kind of like above the zero line, but we have to wait to the break of this structure, because this is the first step, and after this is breaking, we can know what the price is about to do. Okay, then Euro CHF. The Euro CHF didn't reach the previous point, which was the 61. Replace it here, and I don't think it will, not this time, because we are under the zero line. Didn't happen. I thought it would go a bit more up, because the price was here, and I said it will go up, but as you see, the Fibonacci level holding this area, and we are about to turn into red. We got a sell signal, the red REMA, and the VVV plus with the low volume also about to turning in the another side. Okay, this is a clear divergence which is happening right here on the Euro CHF on weekly basis, but the volume is still going down. It's need also time, so I can imagine even if it goes down, this will heading up or just don't move at all. So it takes time to form that pattern on weekly. When we are looking to the charts, we are talking about, I don't know, 10 candles in common. Okay, but 10 candles on weekly, that's about 2 months. So needs time to form a pattern in the market. And as you see on monthly, there is a divergence possibility, but this is not formed yet. So that is what I'm looking for actually. But as you see, here was also a support which is just broken actually, and that's what I'm looking for right there. An up and down move, and then a possible up move, and then a correction down. Okay, then we have the Euro GBP on monthly basis. Everything is in red, but it's not that beautiful. It's still in a consolidation zone between the two zones. I think this was drawn on probably. Yes, this was drawn on daily. So same thing what we could saw on Australian NZD. Same thing, but there is a divergence forming, and I think I draw this possibility from the divergence. I thought it will go, it's more up, but the divergence is formed right there, and we are still under the zero line. So I would expect the market to go down actually, and then heading into the DXY. The DXY, this is what I was drawing right there. So what was my expectation? The price first goes up, then the price goes down. Actually, yeah, it happened like that. Okay, and we made a divergence here. The price went down and turned up by the NFP. This was the idea because we were above the zero line. We had a huge space between the REMA, slow and fast moving average, and yeah, the bigger picture weekly. Definitely the volume is rising up, but it's kind of like to expect that they will hunt the stop losses, the positions which were made here, and everything is in green. We are broken above the zero line, and one better picture is this: the price went up, came back, and this about to go up, but this is also monthly. It was a very long time spacing here, like as you see from January we are here. So no, even in December we were between those zones, and it's time to break, and we are above the zero line. So what I would expect is to break out, first stop here, second stop here, then we could see the previous high. This is the plan. Okay, that's what I'm looking for in the market. That's what I want to see. But first we need the confirmations as well, which is most likely comes in the next candles, on monthly, of course. Then we got the CXY. This is also impulse correction, impulse divergence under the zero line. Everything is forming very beautiful. I think you those signals, but what I see in some of the students, they have lack of self-confidence. Like you see those patterns over and over again, and see after a correction what the price actually does. But you are not reacting to it, and here after it happens, there is like feeling, oh, I'm missing out, and that's exactly the point when most the failures happening actually. So try to avoid that, and we are trading on momentum. So the moment when you enter a trade is the most important part of trading, and when you do your job good, then the price should at the same time directly go into your favor without any drawdown, actually, when everything is on point. I know that's not easy, but this has to be patient, calculated at some point, and also have a structure in the trading itself, because without that, the market is about to punish you all over again. Okay, on daily we heading up, but we are still under the zero line. I still want to see this to go to the downside. Okay, what we have here looks like a break So but there is also a divergence possibility. So actually we need to see a breakdown if we want to see a further move, which could last for a very long time actually. But I don't know what is about to happen in Europe because this could be a disaster in the European Union. A monthly, there is also something forming and looks like we are bouncing from the zero line. Okay, we could not break the zero line and we are heading back down. We got the sell signal. We are under the zero line on the REMA. Needs time to confirm, but it's definitely looks great. Okay, on daily, we got the sell under the zero line. Let's go down, which will mean that the XY goes up. It was also a divergence drought here, and it failed to go back to the side, but it's still in green, so there is still possibility for another push up. Actually, for the XY, I should definitely wait for more setup because here is also a divergence forming in the structure and the destroyer as well, and there is just not the right timing right now to say what the price is about to do, but here is also a big difference between the two. So yeah, that's what I want to see. But first of all, we need to be patient on the XY because yeah, everything is against each other. So we are under the zero line, but we see green. It's not matching. Like it's not the right momentum to take. Then the BXY on daily basis, this was also drawn on weekly, and it looks like this is about to break. There is also a divergence about to kick in. See, here is a divergence. Here is also divergence possibility, but not if the price is breaking down. So then it will mean it's gonna be a convergence, and you see the volume is slowly rising, so it's setting up for something, and could be even something bigger. Okay, so I would like to see this to continue in a way. On daily, which I draw on weekly, there was a nice break retest actually, and here we got one green, two red signals. Then we have the SXY. SXY made a small divergence, and I was waiting for this break actually, and it's about to happen. We are under the zero line. We got the sell signal, but the RMA is also moved a lot, which is not so sexy. But here comes the but. Here is also a possible divergence, and I don't like to see that kind of stuff. Maybe, just maybe, if the price goes down, it should go one more up, and this could make a divergence as well, and then it goes down one more time. So maybe it's just a move before the bigger move, which should mean it's kind of like an head and shoulders. Well, that will be very nice actually if the price just like comes back down, goes up, and from there we go down. That will be a very good scenario actually. But let's wait what the price does here. But I will definitely go with the short. Then we reach the level on the AXY, and it's kind of like bouncing from the oversold zone on the REMA. On monthly basis, we are looking red actually, so it will mean the XY is still weak on monthly. And on daily there is a divergence forming, so I would expect a continuation to the downside. Simple as that. Okay, but first, of course, wait for the confirmations. But right now the divergence is there, we are under the zero line. This could be a perfect setup. Like, don't overthink. I think that's the second most common thing in the start. The traders who just started with the journey, and I say let's see the past 2 years, that they mostly overthink, and even too much overthink. But when you accept the fact that we are trading on risiko, there is always a risk in trading. A risk is evolved. Without that, we can not place position. Like, it's just not possible. So you have that you trade on risk. If you see the signals, you see there is a variation. Let's say when you see mostly the divergences, you see the zero line, you see the REMA divergences or highs, lows, and there happens. I can say you that more than 80%, let's say 80% of those things happening. If you calculate just that, you just go for the one on three, then you're going to be profitable in the long-term run. So don't overthink. You don't need to overthink, but wait for the confirmations and wait for the signals. And actually, when, and just a stupid example, but when the price is here, don't try to enter here, because the momentum has already happened right there. So you're heading to a low in the market on this point, and even if it goes down, it's still not a good entry right there. Okay, on smaller time frames, yes, you can find a proper setup, but hear me what I'm saying right here. Don't try to chase the market. Let the market come to you, because otherwise you will always be running, always be stressing about those conditions. But you don't have to. You have to wait for the right setup and just execute. That's it. Don't overthink. You see this happening. Okay, I mean, I know my risk, what I can lose. Okay, no problem. With the clean risk reward, just go forward and trade that trade. It goes wrong. Okay, it goes wrong. Up to the next. But this is the thing, when you get something wrong, or you make a mistake, there is a loss. Don't overreact. Don't complicate also too much. Okay, I am wrong. What if the next is goes wrong? See, it's starting directly when you make mistake. Okay, no, just be patient, be confidential, like, know what you are doing, like, trust the process, trust yourself, and most important thing, trust the signals what you see, because I can say you can make with those signals a proper income, just following those setups, those confirmations in the market. And I think in the journey, in your trading journey, you see what you are capable of when you exactly following trade after trade, what I'm just explaining right now. Okay. Then the XY, kind of like the XY, but here is everything green. We are under the zero line, making some space for itself. but the price doesn't go anywhere, so it should continue to the downside. Okay, you see the volume is rising, the price is on the same spot. Nothing happens right there. Definitely nothing's happened right there. And as you see on monthly, just turn it into red, red, red. I will just follow the momentum. Like, why would I go against the momentum? Then the another interesting thing is XO. I draw it here, the divergence, and the 61 was also a beautiful point, and the divergence as well. But interesting thing, why Euro USD made a huge move, the XO, the gold didn't follow, and what I would expect from the market is to go to the downside, but you see, there is no confirmation yet. The REMA, this is huge. This is a huge gap between the two. So I still would say let's say the price is just consolidating a bit. If it's starting to fall, even better. But right now, this, even if it goes down, it's not the right setup because there are too many confirmations against the trade. What you have is only a divergence and three indicators which is against you. Don't trade on it because um, it's against the momentum. Like, why would you trade against momentum when there are too many confirmations against the trade what you want to place? It's just does not make sense. You know what I mean? Even on weekly, there is a divergence forming. We broke the zero line. You see a bit. We broke the zero line, but still there is a divergence to the upside. It's not the right thing. Why we see the DXY is more clear. We see on the gold that it's not time yet. Like, yes, and as you see on monthly basis, even the bigger picture, you see the divergence coming in the structure. Okay, the price almost the same thing what I showed you on the Euro USD. The price was on the top here. It's on the same level or even on a higher level, and the volume comes closer and closer to the zero line. It means there is a change of structure. There is something about to happen in the market. Okay, but yeah, we are monthly. You have to wait for that. Just not like that. Like, I don't know. That's why I say be patient. Just trade on calm, on your tempo. There is no rush. There is no even if you see the funding pips and even the FTMO right now, there is no, if you do a challenge, there is no time limit. So you don't have to rush, because if you rush, you work against yourself. You work against the principle of not chasing the market. When the market is all settling up, you can trade on it. Otherwise, you're not gonna be succeed. You're gonna succeed at some point, but not on long-term run. Okay, economic calendar, what we have here, balance of trade, employment change, not a big deal, actually, not a big deal. Yep. Then quite simple Monday, then a bit of the Tuesday kicks in, and also an interest rate decision from the Australian dollar in the morning. So this could bring some liquidity in the market. Look out for the Australian dollar. but further not big things to see. The S&P could be interesting, and the ESM as well, but I think yes, my clock is not right, because this should be at 16, not on 15. Anyways, not big deal. Thursday, unemployment rate from the CHF and some high impact news from the euro. Employment change could cause some effect in the market, and then jobless claims, which is also a good news to trade on, in my opinion. And then we get Friday CPI and unemployment rate from the Canadian dollar. And that's it, actually. And if we get not big news for the dollar next week, so just stick with momentum, guys. Okay, and this was it. Thanks for your attention. I will answer on the requests about the zones and Esther. Okay, have a nice evening, guys. We see each other next week. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.